So anyway, before I moved to Keene, like a few months, I think, or several months before I moved to Keene, Ian and some other people happened to be at a restaurant in Newport. I think it was Newport. And they saw this guy that they recognized as Charles Newton from our friend Bob's trial like 2 years ago. And he was pulled up like window to window with another car, and it looked pretty suspicious. And my friend Ademo yelled out, "Hey, that guy's a cop!" And as soon as he said that, there was like the first images we got of Charles Newton. He like looked out of his window and then he peeled out of there. And so Ian put up a video of that and said, "This is Charles Newton. He works for the New Hampshire Drug Task Force." And he pretty much like outed this undercover agent. And I don't know like if there's like issues with that, because like, I imagine they've like worked with journalists before and they probably have some confidentiality agreement if they do. You know, it's probably not often that they even do like interact with them about, of course, not ongoing cases, but anything like that. But I thought it wasn't a good idea for the state of New Hampshire to have somebody working in an undercover capacity, working at all on open drug cases, or on working at all like what I'm saying is, why would they have him switch back and forth between undercover and regular police work? I think that's dangerous. But so anyway, after that video came out, he stopped being a drug task force agent, and now he's a New Hampshire state trooper. And that was actually the first time I got to meet him. Like, I'd seen him in these videos and stuff, and I'd seen him at Bob's trial and at Rich's trial. But I'm glad that the guy's doing what I think is more honest work. Like, being a state trooper, it doesn't necessarily involve deception. I guess maybe if you pull people over and you ask them questions and stuff, but I think there's a big issue with like working in undercover narcotics, or really in any sort of, I think in most undercover capacities, maybe not all, but like most, is very deceptive, and like police should not be using their resources that way. But my mom used to be an undercover narcotics detective.
Really?
And yeah, she didn't like it at all. She was a former beat cop down in Texas, and when she moved to New York, she wanted to work homicide, but they assigned her to undercover narcotics. And she didn't like it at all. It was bad. Between corruption from the district attorney, who like only wanted the street kids arrested and like had his own friends bringing drugs into the county, and it was also like just so dangerous like to be doing that. So like just when they decided to arrest these street kids at random, like and then they outed her to these street kids like prematurely because the DA didn't want the investigations going up any higher. So like it's really ridiculous, and I think stupid for, first of all, the drug war, but then additionally to be using undercover people and making, I think, the drug war so much more dangerous because of the huge deceptive element we're always aware of. That.
How old were you when your mother was a police officer?
That was before I was ever born.
Oh, I was gonna say, did you harass her too?
Yeah, she was a school teacher by the time I came along. But my brother, because I have one older brother, and she like couldn't put him in Little League or like involve him at like the YMCA or anything like that, because she was doing undercover narcotics. And I don't know how long she did. I think it was only a year or two, maybe not even. And she also told me about the recklessness of some of the other officers. Like, she knew her fellow officers, or while they were undercover, they'd be pulling, not they, but this other person would pull guns on kids and stuff, and like try and be tough and things like that. I think it breeds like an especially dangerous element because like when the police are getting involved in those things, they're trying to emulate the worst aspects of the streets. They're trying to like become them in a way. And I think it kind of echoes back to this Nietzsche quote about, you know, when you stare into the abyss gazes back into you. When you fight monsters, you know, you need to be aware of the danger of becoming one. Things like that.
I just don't have any coins on me. Can I give you some bills? I just don't have, if y'all have coins, I can give you coins. I have $50 in bills.
No.
Does a $5 ticket you're gonna get, unfortunately.
But you know what?
Can I just give you the
Because
$5
Robin
here?
Hood here put money in your meter, I'm gonna let it go.
Thank you. Hey, come here. What's your name?
Garrett.
Garrett. Take some here. Take this. How much did you put for me?
I put about 30 cents in. I can put a little more in.
Take $2. Yeah. Could you
thanks.
put one more for me, buddy?
I'll give you, I think she's gonna be done in
That's
probably
good. Yeah,
an
we're
hour.
done. There you go. Thank you.